Welcome ladies and gentlemen to day 4 of our Greek Isles cruise on board the Disney Fantasy. Today we are docked in Mykonos, Greece, where we get off to see everything this beautiful town has to offer. We're going to do some shopping, try some delicious Greek food, and of course play with lots of Greek cats. Then we head back on board the Disney Fantasy for a fantastic dinner, and we experience a Monsters Inc. show we've never seen before. We have all of that in today's video and so much more up next. Good morning ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back aboard the Disney Fantasy for day 4 of our Greek Isles cruise. Today we are docked in Mykonos, Greece, our first time ever in Greece and our first Greek port on this Greek Isles cruise. Today we're going to be getting off and exploring everything that Mykonos has to offer. We're going to be walking around, we're going to be doing some shopping, we're going to go to some restaurants, maybe get some gyros or heroes, I don't know how to pronounce it, but we will learn all of that today, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I said in yesterday's video that I'm going to be living my best Mamma Mia fantasy, and I'm fairly certain that is exactly what's going to happen today. Before we get off the ship and get this day started, I want to bring something up. So you guys already know that we have a stateroom in the very back of the ship, like aft of the ship. It's an inside stateroom. You can see the virtual porthole right there. We were woken up this morning at like 7 a.m. with heavy vibrations, and that was because the ship was docking in Mykonos and we must have been doing like a full rotation because we are right under the isopods of the ship, so any kind of thrust that they need to get done, we're feeling it here. And it was a heavy vibration for about 30 solid minutes before we actually finally docked. So if you guys are planning on sailing on any cruise ship for that matter, I always highly suggest avoiding the aft of the ship because that is where the vibrations are going to be the worst. Just something to think about before you actually book your cruise. But with all of that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and head on upstairs, grab something quick to eat for breakfast before heading on downstairs and getting off the ship. Before we head on out, I just want to point out that I have been uploading a video for the entire night. I started the upload at 1 a.m. just before I went to bed, and it is going on 10 o'clock right now, and I still have an hour and 41 minutes left for like a 30-minute video. So in case you guys are doing content creation and you are interested in uploading from the ship, that just gives you an idea of the Wi-Fi speeds.
Teams and assembly teams, please report to your assembly stations and positions immediately. Thank you.
I also want to point out that Mykonos Day is the day that they run their crew drills. On each cruise, they do have a designated day where they run drills and they will start making announcements in your room. These all started at 10 a.m. Have you guys ever been in the situation where as soon as you close the door to your stateroom, you realize you walked out without your room key? Because that's me right now. I'm trying to get off the ship. I don't have my room key. I just locked myself out of the room. Now I gotta go find a room host. Oh no. So you would think getting back into my room would be easy. Adrian, just find a stateroom host. They're all over the place. It's in the morning. They should be cleaning. They were. Until they started running crew drills. And they all had to drop what they were doing and go do whatever they needed to do with the crew drills. So now there's no stateroom hosts. Now I have to walk all the way down to guest services and get a replacement room key, all because the room hosts are gone running their crew drills. I'm not upset or anything, it's just me kicking my own butt for now. But, oh boy, like, all of their equipment is here in the hallway and they're just abandoned now. Oh no, I gotta get a whole new room key. Unfortunate. Literally, all of them gone and abandoned. Oh no. So you guys can see it is just after 10 a.m. in the morning and the atrium completely empty except for the crew that are running their drills over there. This is your time to get photos of an empty atrium. It's nothing but crew members on board. Hardly any guests, which, you know, for obvious reasons, we're here in Greece. I'm just getting a later start because I know we're going to be here for a while. I don't have any excursions planned, but I want to point out this photo backdrop that they have over here. That's really cool. That's definitely not Mykonos. I think that that's Santorini, but either way, it's still Greece, which is really cool. All right, unfortunately, Cabanas is closed. They actually closed at 9:30 today because they opened at 5:15 this morning because we got in so early. but it's not a big deal. I went to Flo's VA Cafe, got a couple chicken tenders, a hot dog, just something to hold me over until I can get into town, walk around a little bit, and eat something later. And ladies and gentlemen, here is our first look at Mykonos. You can see we have 2 other cruise ships in port right now. Well, they're not really in port, they're tendering, but you can see the old town is over there. Ah! Abandoned ship! Abandoned ship! Anyways, so yeah, we're gonna be getting off the ship today, and we're gonna be having to take a ferry over to the old town, which is over there. That is like Mykonos proper, I think that's what it's called, or like Old Town. Anyways, that's where we're going. So let's go ahead and get off the ship now and explore. Are you guys looking for a good travel companion? Sure, friends and family are great, but how about something you could always have with you, like an app? I'd like to introduce to you guys KLOOK, the sponsor of today's video. If you guys are going on a trip and not sure what to do while you're there, I suggest using KLOOK. And with my promo code ThemeParkExpress, you can actually get 10% off your first purchase. KLOOK can work on your browser or through the app, and both are super easy to use. All you have to do is search by destination and see all the tours and experiences available. For example, right now I'm in Italy filming content and I want to tour one of their historical sites, like this tour of the Roman Colosseum. Using KLOOK, I can book my tickets for this. Then you can use the app to find all the experiences you saved and the tickets for your purchases, all right on your device. Right now, KLOOK is running a Euro summer deal where you can get up to 20% off select experiences in Europe. They've got almost 500,000 activities and over 1,000 destinations, and you can use it in your preferred language and currency. Not only does KLOOK work with the host to offer unique prices, typically cheaper than the at-the-door cost, but you can also earn KLOOK credits that you can use towards a future activity. Travel can be stressful, so make sure to get KLOOK so you can have help getting all of your activities planned and stored all in one place. Make sure you guys head on over to KLOOK.com and use code ThemeParkExpress to get 10% off your first purchase. Thank you so much to KLOOK for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get back into the action. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Greece. We're here, we've made it. My first time ever in Greece. Oh my gosh. This is insane. It is insanely windy though. Holy cow, it is windy. Prior to the show last night, the captain did inform us that Mykonos is known as like the windy island. So yeah, wind is to be expected over here today throughout the entire day. So hopefully I don't end up losing my hat. If not, I do have a spare. But anyways, we do need to make our way over to a ferry in order to get to Old Town, the other side of the island. So let's go ahead and make our way there now. So it appears all we need to do is follow these signs that say Disney Cruise Line Shuttle this way. So you follow the signs over here and you get to the ferry dock. There's a sign over here that says Disney Cruise Line Shuttle this way. There is a sea bus over here that says €2, but if you're with Disney, you don't have to go that way. You can just go all the way down and go down this way. Ignore all the signs. You're gonna have people who are gonna try and get you into their taxis, but no, just say no and just keep on following the signs. So yeah, ignore this boat over here. You're gonna keep on following the signs down here, Disney Cruise Line Shuttle. A lot of people are gonna be pestering you to try and buy tickets to get on their ferry or their taxi, but no, don't follow that. Just keep following the signs. All right, the next sea bus has arrived. It took just under 15 minutes for the next one to arrive after the last one left, so just make sure you bear that in mind. All right, guys, welcome to Mykonos. Greece was not on my 2025 bingo card. I cannot believe I'm here. So here is a map of the town. Right now you can see we're right here. The windmills are over here, and that's where I really want to go. That's like my primary goal. So let's go ahead and start making our way there. I have no other plans for today other than just walk around and explore. I just can't get over all of the little white houses that are everywhere. Just about every single building here is white. And I don't know the story behind it. I'm sure there's some kind of reason for it, but still, it is incredible to see. And as far as I know, this is like the one blue dome that's here in Mykonos. If you're looking for blue domes, I believe you want to go to Santorini. That's where you're going to find a lot of them. But still, this is the next best thing. This is fantastic. So my friend Allison, who's done a couple of these European sailings, has been to Mykonos before, and she recommended that I check out the Church of Paraportiani, I think that's what it's called. So we're gonna make our way there. It's fairly close, and it's kind of along the way to the windmills. So let's go check it out. I didn't realize that this was it, but this is the Church of Paraportiani. So this is one of the stops that my friend said to make. So you can like go down there and you can go explore around that way. This is the backside of the church, I think, and the front is over there. So let's go check it out. Also, please be very careful. It is very uneven terrain. It's a mix of gravel and rock. You can go down this way. You can go down this way. This is all really cool. It's like ruins almost. Wow, this is all insane. So there's the entrance of the church. There's actually a really great photo opportunity down here. Ah, my hat's about to blow away. Good Lord, it is windy. Holy cow. Let me turn my hat backwards. So you can come down over here, and there's actually a cool little area where you can take pictures right by the water. It's wild how these places have steps that go all the way down to the water. Good Lord, the water's rough today. But yeah, look, you can see people going down there and getting some very majestic photos. Look at that guy over there. That is a majestic photo. Check out this little alley over here, guys. This is right next to a restaurant. Come on down over here. I've seen this in Instagram photos before and in different TikToks when I was doing research on this place. What the heck? It comes all the way down to the water over here too. And there's steps that go down here. Oh, look at that. There are the windmills. What the heck? That is nuts. This restaurant has a fantastic view of the windmills. Oh my goodness. Yeah, take a look at that. This is so cool. I just found a gift shop in this alleyway, and check this out, guys. Look at all these Greek statues. Oh my gosh, look at that. There's a centaur over here. I have no idea what the heck that is. A minotaur, I think. Oh my gosh, this is so flippin' cool. My first Greek kitty. Are you friendly? Please tell me you're friendly. Hi. Hi. Are you friendly? Oh my god, I have been chosen. He accepted Scritches. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love you already. Back in the States, cats hate me. Yes, you are now my new favorite. I'm gonna name you Jim. Gosh, check out all of this artwork over here. I am obsessed with all the blues and whites. And then check this out, guys. Again, a lot of Greek statues of like different gods or other people and creatures in mythology. Like, I know that's Medusa. I mean, it says it down there. Look at that. There's Leonidas. I like how a lot of these are labeled. That's cool. Zeus, father of all gods, king of the sky, god of thunder. There's Pegasus. Oh my, I didn't even realize there are a couple of very inappropriate statues over here. We're gonna blur those out. You know, at first I saw this and I was like, that looks like a man. Is that intentional? And then I looked over and I said, yep, that is intentional. Leads on down to a restaurant over here on the water. So I turned a corner and I saw a lot of people standing here with their cameras facing this direction. Let me show you what they're looking at. Oh my gosh, guys, check out that view of all the whites and the blues. I told you, I'm obsessed with the whites and the blues. We're over here along the beach. This is cool. And then look at that, you have the windmills right there. Holy cow. We have made it just about to the very top over here where the windmills are. And take a look at this, guys. Holy cow. Definitely very populated. There's a lot of people here, not gonna lie. I mean, there is still some room to spread out, which is nice, but still, this is incredible. I have no idea what the significance of these windmills are. Again, this trip was very last minute. I didn't have time to do much research, but this is still incredible. One of the most iconic landmarks in all of Mykonos. And by the way, you do need to either walk up a hill or climb some stairs in order to get up here. Either way, it's accessible-ish. Accessible-ish. The terrain is very uneven. I gotta say, guys, this is definitely one of those pinch me moments where I just can't believe that I'm here right now. And I have you guys to thank for all of this. I would not be here without you guys. Let me go ahead and lower the exposure a little bit. I would not be here without you guys, and I just am beyond thankful and beyond grateful for each and every single one of you for watching these videos. Because of you guys, I'm able to do this as a full-time job and bring you guys along with me and share in the adventures. And I just can't believe this. Look at this. We're in Greece right now. Look at that. All of that. It's just gorgeous. Oh my gosh. This is nuts. I will say the backside of the windmills is almost just as pretty. Take a look at this shot over here. I will also say it is extremely windy out here. People's hats and other belongings are going everywhere. So make sure you guys hunker down all your belongings and hats and stuff, or else they will go flying. And in case you guys are curious, this is the view on the opposite side of the windmills. You can see several other islands, or I don't know if it's the same island. Are those like, obviously that's a different island, but I don't know if that's a different island. This I know is connected to Mykonos, but I have no idea about the other ones. But either way, the view is really pretty. Just no matter where you go, it's awesome. All right, Windmills of Mykonos. Check. That was my primary goal for today. I don't really know of any other like special places to go in Mykonos other than to just walk around. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make my way back into the center of town, walk around, go into some little alleys, and maybe get a gyro or hero. I don't know. It's incredible how all of this is just a maze of pathways and alleyways and different shops and restaurants. And you don't really know where the heck you're going. Like, you kind of set a waypoint and you're like, I'm gonna go in that general direction. And then you just kind of go and you just kind of bob and weave your way through there. And then you come across areas like this where it's just nice and open and it's super white. And then you have the contrasting colors over here. It all pops with all the white. It is insane. Because everything is white, any little change of color, it pops and it looks gorgeous. Okay, I wasn't trying to, but I somehow managed to make my way back to the port area. This is where we got off of our ferries, and I was looking for the restroom. The restroom is over here. If you get off the ferries, it's gonna be on your right, and you're gonna come down over here. It's gonna be this little white building over here. Bear in mind, it costs €1 to get in, so make sure you have a couple of coins on you. This whole port area, as soon as you get off the ferry, is just full of different shops and restaurants. And there's water line over here, so you can walk up and actually dip your toes in the water if you really want. I see a lot of people going around looking for different rocks to pick up and collect, maybe some shells. I don't really know, but still, just look at how picturesque this is. Look at this. I am obsessed with the white buildings. I can't. Just to give you an idea of how windy it is. Yeah, she can barely stand. Again, you can just find random little alleyways and streets just lined with different shops and restaurants, and it is just gorgeous. Look at this. Oh my gosh. So parents, something you guys should be aware of when you're walking around Mykonos, and I don't know how it is for the rest of Greece, but if you're with your small kids and they're curious and looking around the gift shops, be prepared for them to see things that may not really be appropriate in most American households. Let's just leave it at that. Okay, so just keep an eye out and make sure you pay attention to what they're looking at. See, this is the real reason why people come to Greece. It's for the cats. Hi. Hi. You friendly? Can I touch you? You can come to me? Yeah, there you go. There you go. You see, the cats in the United States are very mean to me. Yeah, butt scritches. Okay, bye-bye. I tell you guys what, this whole place is like an Instagrammer's dream. Look at this. This is insane. The farther away you get from the coastline, the less crowded it is, and you'll have more opportunities like this. This is nuts. If you're an Instagrammer, this is the place to be. So, are we gonna talk about this? That's not weird at all. Huh. How many of you would fall for that? We have found yet another cat. He is living his best Greek life. Just chilling. Let me see if I can zoom in on the beans. So in our travels walking around, I wanted to see the windmills and I wanted to have some traditional Greek food. So we walked around, looked at a couple restaurants, and we finally settled on one called Bousoulas. I don't know what that means, but let's take a quick look at the menu. So you can see here a list of the cold appetizers that they have. We opted for the tzatziki, I think that's how you say it. You can pause to read some of the other options. We have our different hot appetizers over here. We have a different mix of salads to choose from. We have a bunch of different pastas that all look really good. And then we have risottos. I really wanted to try a mushroom risotto, so I went ahead and ordered that. We have our fish and seafood options, and we have our meat options. I really wanted to try a gyro, so that's what I'm getting. And if you come to a restaurant here in Europe and you order still water, they're gonna get you a bottle. It doesn't really come from a tap. All right, we're starting off with some pita bread and some tzatziki. Tzatziki? Tzatziki? I'm probably still saying it wrong, but I've never had it before, so let's go ahead and give it a try. Excuse me, but you cannot have our food. No sharing. I know sharing is caring, but no sharing with kitty. Anyways, we have our food. This is the mushroom risotto, And we have our gyro over here as well. This is a lot. Holy cow, I did not expect it to be this much. So we just got our check, and along with it, they gave us a little thing of yogurt. Take a look at this. This is so cute. Yeah, it's grape and marmalade. All right, that was my first time having Greek food, like legit Greek food. Like, I'm sure I've had a couple of those things in the past, but I just don't remember. And if it wasn't authentic. Anyways, it was really solid, and I enjoyed it. All in all that food came out to 54 euros, which isn't terrible for the portion sizes that we got. Would I go back there again? Yes, absolutely. Would I recommend it to others as well? Yes, definitely, for sure. But with all that being said, our time here in Mykonos is coming to an end. It is going on 3:30 right now. We want to make sure we get back to the ship with plenty of time to spare. We came, we saw, we conquered. Could we have done an excursion? Yeah, but I didn't want to spend the extra money on an excursion when all I wanted to do was walk around. And boy, am I happy that I walked around, because this place is gorgeous. Just look at that behind me. It is absolutely gorgeous. Woo! Back into the wind we go. Holy moly, it is windy. From what I understand, it isn't like this the entire year, but this just so happens to be the season when it is the most windy. All right, it is time for us to make our way back to the Disney Fantasy. We have come back to the ferry dock. You can see the sign over there that says Disney Cruise Shuttle this way. You're gonna follow the signs and the line all the way down. You can see there is another sign right here indicating that this is going to be the shuttle that takes us back to the boat. Well, that ferry ride was interesting. We sat in the very back corner of the boat, and I had a gut feeling that we were gonna get wet and something was gonna happen, and sure enough, a wave came up and over the side and completely soaked my pants, like my whole bottom half with my shoes and everything, completely soaked. And a little bit of my camera got wet. Thankfully, I had my hat strapped to my camera strap, and I had it like covering the lens almost, so my hat took a lot of the heat. From my camera, so thankfully it only got a little wet, but still, 0 out of 10 experience. That was a pretty decent sized wave that got us, so me and my mom had to stand up for the rest of the ferry ride. Oh boy, that was interesting. Okay, we made it back on board the ship with just a little bit of time to spend in the room to kind of decompress a little bit, freshen up a little bit, go to the bathroom, do what I need to do. But now we are making our way down to the atrium because Mickey is going to be meeting in about 10 minutes or so. My mom is already in line. We're hoping that Mickey is meeting in some kind of Greek outfit. We'll see. If he's just in a normal outfit, then we won't bother. But Minnie is also meeting down there as well at the same time as Mickey, so we're gonna go from one to the other. Hey Minnie, how are you? Oh my gosh, look at this outfit. You look gorgeous. I love it. Did you have a good day in Greece today?
Oh, absolutely.
Little windy outside, but it was awesome. Nice and sunny. Can I get a quick photo of you? Hey. 1, 2, 3. Love it. Quick selfie? Excellent. Thank you so much. We're going to bring in my mom. I love your outfit. Did Minnie make that for you, or did Daisy make it?
Oh, come on. Yeah, right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you look awesome. The shoes and everything. Look at those.
It's Mickey.
Very,
You know who you're dealing with?
yeah, very impressive stuff. Can I get a quick photo of you?
Awesome.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Quick selfie. Thank you so much, Mickey. I appreciate it. All right, after getting a little bit of work done in the room for the video that is uploading today, which you guys would have already watched by now, it's finally time to get on downstairs for dinner. And tonight is lobster night. I am so excited. I always look forward to lobster night on 7-night cruises.
Day
All right, we have made it back to Royal Court for the second night. Let's go ahead and take a look at the menu. All right, up top over here, we have our specialty cocktails. You can go ahead and pause to read. For our appetizers, we have an aged prosciutto, a marinated tiger shrimp. We have baked eggplant and oyster Rockefeller. For soups and salads, braised oxtail soup, white onion soup, a lemon fennel salad, and a beefsteak tomato and vadilla onion salad. For our main courses, we of course have the oven-baked lobster tail, a roasted red snapper, fettuccine with Parmesan crusted chicken, a pan-seared venison medallion, and oven-roasted pork tenderloin. And in case you guys are curious, here are your vegetarian and lighter note offerings. All right, my appetizer has arrived. I opted for the tiger shrimp tonight. Next up for my soup course, I opted for the white onion soup. All right, our entrees have arrived. I opted for a lobster and a sirloin. So it's a bit of a build your own surf and turf. All right, the dessert menu has arrived. Let's go ahead and take a look. We have all of our specialty drinks and coffees on the side at an added cost. And then over here, we have our desserts. We have a raspberry vanilla creme brulee, an apricot trio, a chocolate lava cake, Coda's personal favorite, and a captain's table sundae. For specialties, we have an old-fashioned apple pie, and for no sugar added, a chocolate cheesecake. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we have our chocolate lava cake for dessert. Coda, I'm really sorry if you're watching this. Let's be real though, Coda's not watching this. She never watches any other videos. All right, dinner at Royal Court. Fantastic as always. Unfortunately, it's our last visit to Royal Court this cruise. Now we're making our way over to the Tube because something on the itinerary caught my eye. It is Monsters Inc. Open Mic Night. So I've never seen it before. I'm very curious to check it out. I think it's like just literally what it says, open mic comedy. So let's go check it out. Okay, so first this event had my curiosity. Now it has my attention. Because a good chunk of the cast of the Walt Disney Theater is here. And typically, the cast shows up when one of them is performing something or doing something new or for the first time. You know, they like to show support, which I really love. And it's really cool to spot the theater cast in different places. So, let's see what this event is all about.
I am your MC for the evening. That is your monster of ceremonies. Yes, let's go ahead and get started. Oh. Looks like we need some comedians. We got the jokes. All you need is a sense of humor. Yes, that's right. Now, every great comedian needs a great audience, and I am sensing greatness in this room tonight. What do you think? Are we going to have a good time tonight? That's what we like to hear. Let's bring up our first 4 contestants. What these 4 are going to do, I have written some very special jokes. I wrote these myself, and I am debuting them here tonight. Are you guys ready? Are you excited? All right, be ready to laugh. Let me find, here we go. First joke, you're gonna read it for me, Marty. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Why did the monster cross the road?
Why?
To prove that he wasn't a chicken.
That was a good one. All right, up next, here we go.
What do you do with the blue monster?
What?
You cheer him up.
You cheer him up. Nice. All right, this is a good one. This is one of my favorites. Here we go.
What do you give a seasick monster?
What?
Plenty of room.
Plenty of room. But yes, it's good. All right, and our last joke. Here we go.
Where does Mike Wazowski listen to music?
Where?
On iTunes.
Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, contestants. You can head back to your seats. Now, before we get started, we need to introduce our judges. Now, we've disguised their appearances to help them remain anonymous. Now, judge number 1 is a tender oozing blossom with a sense of humor so dark, it's scary. Give it up for judge number 1.
I can't wait.
Yes, thank you, judge number 1. Now, judge number 2 will accept nothing but your best. She's sizzling with excitement and rattling with
Patient.
Patient. Yes, give it up for judge number 2.
Hello? Is this thing on? Oh,
Hi.
Yes, judge number 2. Now, judge number 3 is an expert in all things comedy. Physical comedy, props, knock-knock jokes, you name it, he's got his eye on the ball. Let's give it up for judge number 3. Judge number 3. Hello.
Hello! I'm here. I seem to have locked myself in the green room.
What, Mike? I mean, judge number 3, we need a laugh canister to open that door.
Exactly! Oh, I'm meant to be anonymous, aren't I? I have locked myself in the green room because I believe in you! Tonight's comedians are going to fill this laugh canister and free me!
Oh, Googly Bear!
Oh, I'm okay, Schmoopsy Poo. I'm doing this in the name of comedy, though I might not have thought this through.
Well, what do you think, everyone? Do you think we can fill up a laugh canister to help judge number 3 out of the green room? Well, Dawn, you and I are going to perform a comedic monologue. Have you ever performed a comedic monologue before? Not on purpose. You seem like someone who would perform comedic monologues. Well, we're going to perform one tonight, but I'm going to perform it with you, so it's going to be a comedic duologue. Nothing. All right. Thank you. All right, but before we perform that comedic monologue, we're going to need some help from our audience. Now, we're going to need some words, some very specific words from you. The first one are some nouns. Now, if I remember my studies from Monsters University, a noun is a person, a place, a thing, or idea. Dawn, can you give us an example of a noun, a person, place, a thing, or idea? An apple, that's a good one. Now shout them out. Can we get some more nouns? The audience might not know this, but Dawn is an expert in deadpan comedy. That means, Dawn, no matter what we say, you are not going to laugh.
I will not.
You will not. Can we see your deadpan comedy face? Show the audience. Wow. Right? Deadpan comedy. Now I'm going to help you out. I'm going to read most of it, and then you're going to read the words that Lily wrote in. Sound good? All right, really loud into the mic there.
All right.
Hey, there we go. A study in Monstropolis found that
Mike Tyson
was more powerful than laughter. So every morning, monsters warm up by
swimming,
they brush their teeth with
cheese,
and spray themselves with
Mickey Mouse
to make themselves as
moistly bald
as possible and collect
bananas
from the human world. Their motto, we
parkour
because we
dive.
Give a round of applause for Dawn! Let's hear what our judges have to say.
I like the part where they didn't laugh.
Oh, they did wonderfully. I want them on my left floor for sure.
This comedian had me rolling with laughter, which isn't hard to do, mind you. But 2 more like that, and this laugh canister will be full in no time. And hey, we're always looking for new ways to power Monstropolis.
Mike Wazowski! Hello, Mike! Well, you know what? I think this has been one successful open mic night. It's been so successful. Let's get our comedians back up on stage for one final bow.
Alright, my friends, we have set sail away from Mykonos and now we are heading towards Athens. What a gorgeous and fairly windy evening. walked inside the room and I almost completely forgot about the towel animal. Let's go ahead and guess. Turtle. I'm gonna say turtle. Okay. And... ah, it's an elephant! Oh, she used my sunglasses too. Look at that. Oh, I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and with that, day 4 of our Greek Isles cruise on the Disney Fantasy has come to an end. Quick review of the Monsters, Inc. open mic thing. The best thing I can compare it to is the Villains Night show on the Disney Wish, with the Disney villains interacting with the host and interacting with the audience and things like that. There was a little bit of audience interaction, a little bit of back and forth with the host and the different monsters. Definitely not what I expected in the way of comedy is concerned, but it was still interesting. You know, if you have kids, they'll enjoy it. Is it necessarily the funniest thing in the world? No, but it's something entertaining. It's something for kids to do. And you have Mike Wazowski that comes out at the end. I think it would be better if he stuck around for a little bit to do a little meet and greet with the people who actually watch the entire show. That would be really cool. A little secret, unannounced meet and greet. I feel like that would really plus up the experience. But overall, it was okay. Mykonos. What a fantastic time. That was incredible. I don't know if I said it in the vlog, but I was telling my friend who's also on this cruise earlier that everything that I imagined Greece being was Mykonos, and that was just the most incredible experience. I cannot wait to come back. I was talking to my friend earlier and asking him about, you know, Mykonos versus Santorini, because he's been to Santorini, and he says Santorini is very over touristy and very overhyped. Mykonos is where it's at, and it's kind of like the hidden gem of Greece for now. So if you're wanting like a Greek experience that's not Santorini, go to Mykonos, and I can completely understand that. That was fantastic. I enjoyed every second of Mykonos. I really want to come back and do like a proper vacation here with Coda in the future. But I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video. Leave a like if you enjoyed and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about today's video. And if you made it all the way until the very end, leave the word cat down in the comments section below to let me know that you guys are the real MVPs. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.